Alright, I know I haven't been on here in a while, and I've been working on a little project and busy with that. And what happened today is there's a young man that wrote me and showed me a picture of the particular carving that I had done, and he asked me could I find what video I had carved this character like this. And I kept looking and looking, and I couldn't find it. And so Matthew, only thing I know what to do to help you is just to do it over again, carve the very similar type person that it was on. And so anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and do that today. I apologize. You know, I got 2,800 videos, and to be honest with you, I don't have a number as I probably should have. So, you know, I don't always find things the way I should. But let's just go ahead, and I've got this little figure. He's about 4 inches or 3.5. Let me see for sure, particularly. Let's see what size he is. He's almost 4 inches. Now I'm going to carve him for you, Matthew, and show you exactly how this was done, or how this figure was done. I'm just going to go ahead, and it was just like one of my figures I normally did. But, and then I'm going to give you a peek at what I'm doing now. I'm going to give you a peek at the project that I'm doing. I think you'll like it. And I've been working on it a while now. It's a miniaturized version, but I think you'll like it. And I went today and got some working on a base for it right now. I've just about got all the characters done. I've got about 2 more to go. When it was all through, it will have close to 30 something characters in the actual scene. I might even add a couple more. But it's been a big project. I've just done something for myself. Actually, it's not. It would have taken so long to even carved it as a project. So actually, I've carved this for myself, and I don't mean necessarily that I will keep it, but I mean just do something that I would enjoy doing. And it's basically the figure here is one of my figures with a guy with a mustache, and for some reason I don't know what happened to it. I don't know where the video is. I've looked and looked, and I've never deleted any videos, but I did, you know, I don't know if I've messed up and got it lost somewhere or whatever it is. I don't know. It's somewhere around there. But he's just a normal figure like I've normally done. So I'm going to do him for you, Matthew, and just show you. Now, I believe on one side of him he had his hands in his pocket, and the other side he had was other way, had his hands up, in other words. And as you can see, yeah, I've been having a lot of fun carving a special project, which I've never taken on a project quite that big. And y'all see me. I've done some hobo scenes and stuff where I actually created a bunch of characters for my format, and it is in the form of it's sort of a tribute to somebody, and I'll tell you whenever I show it to you. It's a tribute to a great carver that I just love, and he did something just like it, but not in miniature size and not in as many characters as I have in mind. So we'll just wait to see it, okay? Okay, we're just working, getting this all down, getting shoes down, getting everything down. I'm using a little Mike Shipley carving knife that I've had for years and years and years. You know, somebody asked the question in Let's Talk Carving about the new thinner and sharper type flex cut knives, and everybody, you know, liked them, and I kind of disagreed. Now look, when I disagree like that, I don't mean they're not good knives. That's not what I'm saying. It's just not the kind of knife that I like. You know, whenever we talk about knives, and you notice I don't use a lot of Helvy knives. Helvy's one of the most fantastic knife around. I just don't use a lot of them because I'm just I have two specific knives I go to, the little Mike Shipley, and you know, my characters are always smaller, the Mike Shipley and the Ron Wells knife. I was very fortunate to be able to get a hold of a Ron Wells knife, which is about 1.25 inches, and I love that knife. I just love it, and I use it. And I use this little Shipley knife. It's another thing. I use what's his name made me a knife and gave it to me, Alan Goodman, and it is a wonderful knife. So it's not that I do not feel that don't like Shipley knives. I mean, I don't like Helvy knives. I just go to those knives myself. I like those particular knives. I gave away some Helvys, and when some people didn't have them, and not because they weren't good, they were fantastic knives. But I also understand that a knife, no matter how it's good, in the hands of someone who is not that good of a carver, is not going to bring on just, you know, great results. Now, I love Rich and Holly, and actually I do have some Helvy knives that I've got put away. I just don't use them that much in my carving videos. They're beautiful knives. To me, they're gorgeous knives, and to me, they're collector's pieces rather than just carving. I mean, Rich, buddy, that guy makes some of the finest knives. I mean, he is unbelievable. He can, his handles and everything like that. Rich is an artist. Folks, that man is an artist. He really is. I mean, he is just an artist per se, and it's not just the beautiful knives he makes, but the handles he makes and all that stuff. And I mean, the man just, you know, he's in a class by himself, and he makes just beautiful knives. So you know, it's kind of like the situation with the videos. Now, for a long time, a lot of people said they watched my videos. They only watched my videos. And then along came Doug Linker, and along came others and they don't watch mine as much. They watch Doug's and all that other stuff. You see, it's just the fact that, you know, you can't expect everything to be that way, you know. And so, or maybe they watch other people's videos, and I know most people have better quality videos than I do, but it doesn't bother me, you know. I'm getting to a point where I've done this so much that that I'm not going to change, and that, you know, and I may suffer for that, but that's not my whole regimen either, is to, you know, be first or be the big man in videos. I support and I love people like Johnny Layton and Doug Linker and these people who have made videos and make much better videos than I do, and that people learn from. The whole purpose was to learn. It wasn't to be the number one, or to, you know, a friend of mine made a video, you know, the 10 best carvers on YouTube, and one of the guys was a young man who started out real good, and then he got kind of, I don't know, jealous or whatever, and he never did finish. So, I mean, would I be number one? No. That's not a competition, folks. It's a learning process. And I don't make money from YouTube, so I really don't care if I'm 54 or 42, or it doesn't make any, you know, thing to me, because it's all in the teaching and the learning process. So, and like I said, my videos are not as perhaps as we're gonna go ahead and make the hand this way. And the hand was down here like that. I can't remember why it was like that. It was just, but anyway, the hand was made this way. But I think what he was insinuating is that it had that mustache on it and stuff like that. So we're gonna, but you know, we're not in competition with one another. And if you're in competition with me so that you can have the best videos in the world, then fine, that's good if that's what you want. But that was never my intentions. I don't think that's Doug Linker's intentions. I think Doug started off as somebody who just basically wanted to help teach others, because, you know, we appreciate you know, that others have helped and stuff. So, you know, it isn't a game. You know, it's not a competition of who does what. It's just basically, and I've got 2,800 videos, so I mean, what else could I do, you know? That's why I got started on these projects, and I've got another one in mind right now, because I want to take the gift that God gave me and use it to bring pleasure to people. And I think this little situation will bring pressure to a lot of people. And so that's what I'm about. Now, I'm not about being number one of anything, and I don't even think I'm number one in anything. You know, it's just, it's like winning prizes at a wood carving event. Listen, I think it's a wonderful thing, but you know, that has never been my whole prerogative, is that. Never been that. That's why I never entered many contests. People say, well, maybe you weren't good enough. Well, maybe I wouldn't. But that's not the idea. The idea is, I've always wanted my videos and my carvings to be enjoyed and laughed at and those type of things. And that's what it's about. Okay, and now I put the hand over here like this, And that's what the way the original one was, as we say. As you can see, just like that. And but that was never my intentions. And by not having that as an intention, I don't know, maybe it didn't make me much better, but I sure enjoyed life a lot more. Enjoyed my carving and sat and loved to do that. So when you see my little project that I've been doing, you'll understand that it's not about so much the videos and everything like that, although I have loved the videos and I've loved the messages and I've loved the teaching and I've loved being a part of the carving community. But that has never been my goal, is to just be well known. It isn't. In fact, now I don't do that many videos as much as I used to, and I don't, it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't. So that's all I'm saying. Folks, just have fun. Enjoy what you're doing. And this little piece that I'm doing, so no, it's not just a little piece, it's a pretty good sized piece. This piece that I'm doing has just made me so happy to be a part of it and enjoy my carving and stuff. And let me tell you something, folks, that's what it's all about. Okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and draw the, that's what it's all about. That enjoyment, that carving experience, making people look at them and be happy and laugh, and that's what it's all about. It's about being, enjoying what you're doing. Because I've been through a lot with those other videos and stuff, and man, some of my first videos were some of the worst things I ever seen in all my life. I look back now. Have I improved any? No, not really. I don't know. Anyway, maybe I haven't. But you know, I can laugh about it. I don't have to sit here and be serious and worry about whether I'm, impressing anybody or anything like that. Just enjoy yourself. Just have a good time. Just enjoy your carving. And that's why this little project I've been doing has brought me such joy, is the fact that it has, okay, I believe I cut, I think he just had the coat on. I'm out here, listen to the birds. Isn't that beautiful? I threw them some food out earlier. They just came and ate. So beautiful. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm so old now. I'm getting older now. 73, and I may not be as old as a lot of you out there. But as I get older, I just want to enjoy the simple things. I have a friend of mine, very godly man, just died of a brain tumor. He died this morning. And I think to myself sometimes, God has blessed me with fairly good health. I'm too thin, of course, but that was because I've not been able to eat right when it comes to my stomach. I had some real stomach issues, and when they took my gallbladder out. But he passed away, and he's in heaven. He's a wonderful Christian man. But I think about, as I get my age, I don't know if tomorrow will even come. And I'm not trying to be depressing. But what I am saying is that I want to leave something for people. That's one of the reasons the videos. My son told me something the other day. He said, "Dad, when you pass away," he said, "I want to try to keep your YouTube channel up, because if you don't, after 10 years or something, they delete your entire YouTube channel." I had no idea about that kind of stuff. So I gave him the information so that he can keep the channel up, so that people can go back and they can continue to watch the videos and stuff like that. So anyway, this has always been my joy. Just like sitting here, carving this little piece here. Carving him and enjoying the time that we're having together. Listen to the birds. You get older and you realize that those are the things that mean something to you. When you were young and you were scampering and, you know, but when you get older, you just kind of appreciate the little things in life and go from there. Okay. Alright. Okay, that's there. And this is here. That's why I've always told people, look, have fun whittling. Have fun. I mean, yeah, you know, there was an old guy, there was a chiropractor I used to go see, and his friend, his father, who was a carver, I never knew the guy, but anyway, him and his wife had to go into a nursing home because he got to the point where he couldn't take care of himself anymore. And his son, I'm gonna bring this up here just a little bit and then cut this. His son was throwing all the stuff out that they didn't feel they needed. And he said he approached him, and he was throwing, this old man carved and had rough outs and knives. I tried to get it from the guy and buy it from him. He wouldn't sell it. Never. I don't think the guy ever carved. He just bought it. I don't know what he's done with it now. But he was going to throw all that stuff away, and the guy said, "Hey, well, I'll take it, you know." And the guy just gave it to him. Said, "I don't care." And you see what I'm saying? That's why it's important to have fun. Because when you die one day, who knows where your stuff's going to go? It may just go straight to the garbage. I know that don't sound right, but most people's kids, most of us old guys' kids, they haven't taken up carving. My son never did. He just wasn't interested in it. But I'm just saying. You know, you just don't know. If you spend your life thinking, "Oh, I'm winning awards," and when you die, where are those awards going? Sometimes they just go in a basket somewhere in the garbage because the children don't want them. And I'm not trying to be wise or thing, but that's why it's important to enjoy your whittling and your carving now. And in some cases, I didn't. Some cases it doesn't happen, but man, that guy, I mean, he had a set of nice knives and had some Helvies, and this old boy showed me all of them, and he had a bunch of them. Rough outs, all kind of stuff. He had been a carver, and his son was throwing it all away in the trash can. Say, well, he shouldn't have done that. Well, no, maybe he shouldn't have, but he didn't have any use for it. His father was going to a nursing home, and he just didn't care anymore. I mean, he didn't have any use for it. He didn't have room in his house, maybe, or whatever, and it would have all been thrown away. And the guy that bought it, or didn't buy it, but he gave it to, I said, well, you ever going to take up carving? I'd be glad to buy it from you. He wouldn't sell it to me. He wouldn't sell it to me, and and I don't think, like I said, I don't think the guy's ever taken up any carving. So who knows if it's not been thrown away. All right, there we go. See, we're getting much, much better at this. This is almost exactly how he looked. Now you know the routine of putting the hands in the pocket, and then this his hand is sticking out here like this. I think he was insinuating the face as being one of his main objectives, but we still want to and I'm not saying that as a thing of, you know, feeling bad about what you've done and your success, but remember, look at the years that people have succeeded and made so many things, and much of that stuff is, you think of the old circuses, and that people worked so hard and did all that stuff, and a lot of those stuff has been thrown away, and some of it's in institutions, some of it's you know, some of it's not. It's, you know, so we just have to realize that what's precious to us isn't necessarily precious to your children. So enjoy yourself. Give your carvings away. Give them to other people, so maybe they can live long enough that people can see them and enjoy them. I'm just saying. Okay, there we go. We're getting there. There we go. Very, very similar to what he was all about. I'm going to cut in a little bit more. So that arm is, cut this out. And there may come a time where you can't carve anymore, you know, so have fun. All right, now we're going to come to the face, and we're going to bring this sort of to a point, a level, not point, but this leveled, where we'll go with the this is where our nose will be. nose established here. And we'll bring it up a little bit more. Ooh, it's been hot here in Texas, folks. We've had these rainstorms, but after the rainstorms, then it just boils. I mean, you know how it is when it's just hot as a firecracker. And really, summertime has really hit us hard now. And okay, let me come down this way. And come down this way. Cut that in there. And I come across the top. And I come down over here. This is the way that I make room for the ears and those things. I do it different than most people do. Very different, but that's in all of us that we do. But no, it has been steaming hot today. Man, we had some rain early this morning, and then it's just steaming. I'm in the garage now, and you can hear the birds, and you can hear my uncle lived in Biloxi, Mississippi. He had a beautiful old plantation house. He had it all fixed up. He never did carve or nothing, but he had it all fixed up, and he all types of birds around his house, all types. And I went over there one time, and I was sitting with him. He was on up in his 80s. He had a book, and he was showing me all the birds that came there, and he was showing me what birds they were and all this other stuff. Okay. Just kind of getting the ears lined out here. Yeah, always enjoy what you're doing, because one day it may come to a point where you can't do it anymore. And then you really understand how much you miss it. You really realize how much it meant to you then. Because none of us know what tomorrow brings, as we say. The old religious song, you don't know what tomorrow brings, and we just don't. So enjoy your carving. Enjoy what you're doing, and make things that you don't normally make, and let people see them, and the joy that you have of okay. All right, let me see. Let's cut this a little bit. Let's kind of cut into these ears. I like those. I like big ears sticking out and stuff. I think it gives the piece so much character, especially when the way I carve in kind of the flat plain way and stuff. I've just enjoyed. Okay, now I'm going to cut a little crease in the hair right here, and gonna make these over. Now, I just kind of made this, gave him a little mustache, straight down. You cut that, and you come from the outside, and you cut that. And you come from the outside, okay, another cut, and what I did, I just sort of had a thing like this, in other words, a triangle in the middle, and I put that triangle in the middle, and then I cut from both sides of it. Sort of like that. Much deeper right in there. Yeah, let me kind of let me go ahead and swing my eyes in here. And swing my eyes in here. And my little eyes, little flat plain eyes right there. And that is pretty much what he looks like. And let me get my, excuse me for a minute, let me get my, sitting here not understanding what I'm trying to say. V2. I'm sorry I don't have it with me. Let me find it. Here we go. Yes, sir. This is real professionalism, folks. Okay, let's take our be careful. Some of these areas in here. Just kind of hit them like this and turn around and get it like that. You just want the small. The wood does change, the grain does change a lot in here, so you gotta be kind of careful. Oop. So I'm just kind of hitting it, is what I'm doing. All right. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go wet him. And then I'll show you, okay? Which it makes it seem a lot more. There he is. Let me clear out some of this stuff that's in here. Clean that up a little bit. Done that. And I don't remember what he was doing. I don't know if he was holding one of those roses or flowers or whatever he was doing. But he's doing something. I don't know. Like I said, I can't remember the video myself. But this is the design of him. Just out of the blue. And there he is. Of course, I know, I haven't put the hair in and all that stuff. Just give you an idea how the mustache did look. But there you go. And there you are. There you are. Okay, well, Matthew, that's the way you carve the piece, the way you do it. So anyway, that's it. That's the figure. That can be 3" or whatever, but that is the figure. So anyway, Matthew, there you go. That's the way it was carved. Okay? That is the way it was carved. And that's the way it was done. So I showed you that, and then soon I'll show you my little project that I'm working on. And I think you'll be pleased with it. All right, well, God bless you now. Thank you very much, and may the Lord be with you. Keep you safe.